Deadpool and Wolverine was cathartic. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Matthew McFadden and Emma Corrin in a roller coaster of emotions. Since this is a no spoilers, I won't get into the nitty gritty of the plot, but what I will say is wow. This film feels like a release of energy that has been building up for 24 years, ever since 2000's X-Men. All you need to know is that Deadpool is teaming up with Wolverine to fight Cassandra Nova. Full stop. The first thing that hit me about this film is the epic music they inject into it. From start to finish, you have instantly recognisable and lovable songs that weave in and out of the action. In Sync, the Goo Goo Dolls, Fergie, and Huey Lewis and the News, just to mention a few. There isn't a whole lot of character development for Wade and Logan, and the depth we do get to their characters feels kind of shoehorned in. However, this is because the film mostly functions as a whistle-stop tour of everything Marvel, for better or worse. If you want to get an emotionally resonant comic book film that stands well on its own, then you should have watched Logan. Deadpool and Wolverine is primarily a comedy that will have nerds like me pointing and smiling uncontrollably, as little silly jokes are made about the state of Marvel in 2024. That's not to say everyone won't like it, but it is capitalising on a devoted fan base. I personally love Deadpool's all-knowing fourth wall breaks, but having said this, I'm not sure how well this comedy will age in the coming years. 90% of the action is very good. There's a bit of shaky cam in there, which makes it a bit hard to discern what's exactly happening and who's killing who, but for the most part, it's great. The best bit is that it has an age rating of 15, so they can get away with a lot more crazy, ridiculous stuff than they would usually be allowed to have in a Marvel film. Lots of blood, stabbing, and regeneration. I cannot begin to fathom what the CGI budget for this film was. I do know that it looked fantastic. In particular, Cassandra's hands were terrifically horrible to watch. Trust me, you'll see. In terms of performances, I will say that it was particularly nice and refreshing having Hugh Jackman's facial expressions to react to, as Deadpool's mask and hairless face is harder to read. I did really enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine, and although some moments bordered being gratuitous, it was overall an extremely fun time. Ideally, I would have liked to have seen Cassandra be given more screen time, maybe some of her backstory potentially. But then again, the real appeal of the film is the love-hate relationship between Deadpool and Wolverine at the heart of the film, and you get plenty of that, so I'm happy. With all that said, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for gripping action, cutting one-liners, and Hugh Jackman. Before you go, if you like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you thought of Deadpool and Wolverine. See you in the next video, and remember to never hold back.